Gearheads, we've got a major update from Valve, and it's not the news fans were hoping for. The long-awaited Steam Machine, along with the Steam Frame VR headset and the updated Steam controller, has officially had its release date announcement delayed. And the reason? A global memory and storage shortage that's hitting the entire tech industry hard. Valve says rising prices and limited manufacturing capacity, driven heavily by the AI boom, have forced them to pause and reassess their launch plans. Let's break down exactly what's happening, why it matters, and what it means for PC and console-style gamers looking forward to Valve's next big hardware push. When Valve announced the Steam Machine, Steam Frame, and the Steam Controller back in November, the plan was simple. Pricing details by early 2026, a release window in early 2026, a full hardware rollout in the first half of the year. But those plans have now been disrupted. Valve openly admits they expected to have concrete pricing and launch dates by now, but the component market has changed too fast for them to commit. Even AMD CEO Lisa Su recently said Valve was on track for early 2026, but Valve has now confirmed that's no longer guaranteed. So what's actually causing the delay? According to Valve, the culprit is the global shortage of RAM and SSD storage, which has intensified dramatically over the past few months. Why? Because AI data centers are buying up memory chips at unprecedented levels, leaving fewer components available for consumer hardware like PCs, phones, and gaming devices. This shortage has driven up prices, reduced manufacturing capacity, made it impossible for Valve to lock in stable pricing, and forced them to rethink their shipping schedule. Valve says the situation is changing so quickly that they can't confidently announce a launch date without risking last-minute changes. Let's talk about the hardware itself, because the Steam Machine is shaping up to be a serious contender in the living room gaming space. According to Valve, it's a small form-factor gaming PC, runs Steam OS just like the Steam Deck, has roughly 6 times the horsepower of the Deck, targets 4K 60 FPS gaming using upscaling tech like FSR. Most Steam titles run great at those settings, though some may require more upscaling or lower frame rates for stability. It's essentially a console-like PC designed for plug-and-play gaming on a TV, but with PC-style flexibility. Valve also confirmed the SSD and RAM will be user upgradable using standard NVMe drives and DDR5 SODI MMS. The delay doesn't just affect the Steam Machine. The Steam Frame VR headset and the new Steam controller are also impacted. Valve says the Steam Frame is a wireless standalone VR headset. It supports both PC and Android games. It uses foveated streaming, which doesn't require developers to implement special rendering techniques. It should work for players with glasses depending on frame width. All 3 products, Machine, Frame, and Controller, are still aiming for the first half of 2026, but pricing and exact dates remain unknown. So where does this leave us? Valve says they're using this delay to finalize pricing, reassess launch timing, share more technical details with fans, release CAD files and specs so manufacturers can create accessories and faceplates. They've promised to keep the community updated as soon as they have stable numbers. The good news, Valve still intends to ship all 3 products in the first half of 2026. The bad news, prices may be higher than originally expected due to the component crisis. So that's the situation. Steam Machine is still coming, just not as soon or as cheaply as fans hope. The global memory shortage is hitting everyone, and Valve is trying to avoid overpromising in a volatile market. As always, I'll keep you updated the moment Valve drops new details on pricing, specs, or release timing. This is Captain Gearhead. Stay sharp, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.